for firewood, helping to prevent deforestation, and actively replenishing the forest through a tree planting initiative. And it's so clear that his heart is in it for the environment. So I wish that economists at the World Bank could have met Daniel and seen, because if I wasn't from Boulder and knew all these passionate environmentalists around us, I think some of the people I know in Uganda are probably the most passionate environmentalists that I've met. Partially because they're so connected to the environment in their style of life. But there's many examples of what our students are doing. Lillian Arrow, at the age of 26, has created 36 jobs for women affected by HIV/AIDS. George William Baca, and Lillian's jewelry, by the way, is for sale over at the Educate spot. Not for sale, for donations. With the donation, you can get some of Lillian's jewelry, sorry about that, at the Educate spot. And George William Baca, another one of our students, actually started a microfinance organization that has given out 4 or 5 loans now to other youth to start businesses. So it's a microfinance organization run by youth for youth. And people always ask us, why don't you just go and start a microfinance organization? And we said, because if our students can start it, that's a much more sustainable way to address that issue. And George William, who's an amazing leader, has really proven that. And all this progress hasn't gone unnoticed. Recently, the government of Uganda, the Ministry of Education, which is like our Department of Education, saw our students like Lillian creating jobs, driving the economic and social development of their communities, and as a result, asked us to write a piece of the National Entrepreneurship Curriculum focused on social entrepreneurship. It's going to be the first social entrepreneurship curriculum taught on a national level of its kind. It'll be piloted in 2011, and in 2012 it'll be rolled out to all 5,000 high schools in Uganda that are teaching entrepreneurship. And that's over 50,000 students. And as a result of going through this curriculum, students are going to actually gain experience starting an initiative, starting a business in their community as part of their education itself. And if that doesn't lay the foundation for them to become leaders in the future, I don't know what will. But it's very exciting to see, and we hope that it'll set a trend for many other countries, both in Africa and elsewhere. One of the things I wanted to say, one of the purposes of our climb today is to show solidarity with our students who every day are really overcoming challenges that are faced in their community. And on today, a group of students in the Saturday morning Uganda time, which is actually about 8 hours ago, climbed up a hill in Kampala. And they know that we're here today climbing up Green Mountain. And the goal is to show solidarity and to celebrate their success, and ideally, that we can overcome these common challenges we face around the world. And every time I'm there, it becomes more clear to me that their success, that our success is dependent on them in the same way their success is dependent on us. We live in a very small world, and whether it's the global effects of climate change or something else, we're very much connected to them. And if they aren't able to address their problems in the future, then those problems will fall on us as well. So thank you all so much for coming. It's a beautiful day. I wanted to mention we have email lists. If you want to stay up to date on the progress of the Educate students, make sure to sign up for one of the email lists that are around. And if you want to sponsor one of our scholars, it's only $25 a month, and puts the student, the scholar, like George William Baca, Lillian, or Daniel, through our entire program for $25 a month. So there's more information on this board right back here, and I hope some of you consider doing that today. With that said, thank you so much for coming, and thank you again to our sponsors who made all this possible, and enjoy the hike.
Woo! We're going to to get started here in just a minute. We're going to have a couple different groups. The two group leaders, Roger, Jim, you want to wave your hands? They're kind of going to be in the front of the hike. So if you're fast, you might keep up with them, but there's all levels. So go as fast or slow as you want. We have a midway point that comes about 20-25 minutes in, which is also a great place to just turn around to if you want to have a shorter hike. And there's some restrooms there. And make sure to grab some water for your hike. Also, Honest Tea is over there. You could grab one of their nice iced teas. If you brought your own water bottle, then we have water over there. Make sure to grab a snack because it can be a strenuous hike, so you might want to have a bagel or something to kind of keep you going. And then also we're going to be announcing the raffle in just a couple minutes. I'll give everyone a few minutes in case you haven't gone over there. So if you do want to enter your name into a raffle, be sure to do that as well. And thanks again to all the sponsors. Oh, and one more thing about the dogs. I'm getting a reminder. Do you want to tell everyone?
Yeah, just if you got a dog, make sure you clean up after your dog to comply with the open space regulations. And they have to stay on leashes because we're a group. And I think we have dog bags. Yeah, we have dog bags over there along with the dog treats. So just make sure to grab some poop bags. So, yeah.